Get up on the book of faces here.
What is up, people?
We are live.
Price check on Vagiclean.
Okay, you're not
Price
kidding.
check.
You sink the fuck down.
Yeah, that's why I got this.
It's cushiony.
Yeah,
Need a little more cushion for pushing. Yeah.
a little more cushion to lift it up.
We know that, Tanner, as you were talking about your sushi date. Cushion for the cushion there.
Jesus.
Listen, big girls need loving too. There's nothing wrong. She ain't a lady unless she's 280, okay?
What the fuck?
Remember that, boys. Everybody needs love. As a current and former bigger, upper tiered.
Upper tiered, yeah. He was
Because,
close to tier
Gabriel
2.
Iglesias has his rankings. I barely get like the bottom ranking now, but I feel like I was a heavy like second or third tier fat person at one point.
Yeah, you're
I'm
like
still
a third
tier
round
3.
pick. You
Oh,
know?
I definitely, I hit chubby. I wasn't quite fluffy yet, but I was
you,
getting there.
You were where I am now. And
I've
not saying
officially
it's-
lost a third of my weight.
That's pretty wild.
That's nuts. I'm proud of you.
Yep. Keep it
I'm
up.
proud of you. Now, I mean,
I lose 30 pounds and I gain 30 pounds and I lose 30 pounds. Then I gain 30 pounds. I'm on the roller coaster.
Dude, they sell this miracle stuff at Complete Nutrition or Supplement Warehouse, whatever it's called now.
yeah.
Just takes it all right off.
What is it?
What's up,
Icarcitine.
Oh,
Low Bros is with us
Just
here.
fucking cooks you and turns all your fat into...
We're not talking weight loss. Alright, Sigmund's going to start his own podcast. Sig's Corner with...
oh yeah, we're live. Hi
I
guys.
forgot we were live.
I forgot we're live.
We're just chatting.
My body is here.
My mind
Your
is
brain is not?
Yep, my mind is still
You can clearly
in
tell
bed
I'm
with
sunburned.
the blind down. Yep.
You can clearly tell I'm sunburned here, so Mom, I'm sorry. I did wear some sunscreen yesterday. It was just ourselves, bro. What can I say?
Yep. It was a hard day yesterday, I tell you that much.
Listen, me and I were 4 out on
Tough
the bags
day.
on the lot.
You're
Shit.
playing bags on the lot, dude. That was
It
awesome.
was a great day.
Oh, it
I
was
scored
great.
4 cornholes out of 5.
Tanner did have a
MVP.
round. He had a fucking round against me. He holed 4 of them.
Yeah.
And then he missed on the 5th one, but still 12 points in 5 bags is impressive.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
But yeah, we're here talking sports this week. Fantasy football. We're talking, I don't know, just some rumors and shit. Training camp so far. Hall of Fame game. The boys looked good. I'm sitting on the Raider blanket right now. Put the hat forward.
Oh my
Sitting down on the
gosh.
couch. But yeah, 1-0, baby!
Preseason.
Suck a dick. Football's back, motherfucker.
Your
Don't
third
you want
stringers
losing
need to be
preseason?
third stringers, which are equivalent to high school players, because their first stringers are equivalent to third stringers.
Yep, and I hope fucking whatever. I hope Duval County High School fucking got their licks in.
I hope they got them in.
Yeah. Yeah, Duval got their ass.
The assist.
Yeah,
I
I know.
knew
We didn't
what
have
you were
Derek,
going for.
Devontae, Max, nobody out there, but like the backup boys look good. Anytime it's the Raiders, I'm gonna support them. Yeah, I know it's preseason. There's no validity to it,
Yeah.
but I'm just happy football's back.
I think we're all happy football's
I'm loving
back.
it.
Yes, it's
The grass is-
time. It's been time.
The grass is a little bit greener. That's just probably because I found a better dealer, but you know.
Oh.
No, I'm just-
Oh.
Yeah, the sun's just a little bit brighter. Smells are a little bit higher. Siglin is definitely higher, though. What are you doing? Speaking of my babes, over there.
Soundboard.
Why is my right leg so much tanner than my left leg? Do I have?
Hey, you're not using that word properly. It's
More
called
tan.
more tan. Thank you.
I do that to people all the time at work. They hate me.
Muscular.
Dude, the worst sunburn you can ever get is like above your knees right here.
No,
the fuck?
feet. Feet, trust
Dude,
me.
I've had feet a million times. This was
Wearing
terrible.
socks with a sunburn on your feet? Dude, it's the worst.
Dude, jeans scraping apart this part of my leg that has never been burned before because I'd never wore shorts that went above my knee until this year. Literally was like a whole new experience. It was terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible, terrible.
actually, the worst sunburn I've ever had is I was living in a trailer after high school with an ex of mine. So terrible decision 1 here. Terrible decision 2 was shaving my whole body because there was no AC in said trailer. So I shaved my head. It's the first time in my life I ever went completely bald, and then I got a sunburn on top of my head.
Oh no.
I will say a on top of the head sunburn is the worst. If you are bald and you get a chrome dome sunburn,
Oh, dude, when I
that's
used
some
to
shit, dog.
when I
That's
used
some
to get
shit.
the designs put in my head, those used to burn all the time.
Also gonna say what's up to Lucas Potts, Levi Pyle for joining.
What's
What
up,
is
guys?
boys?
That's my cousin.
Welcome
I don't
to the
know
parties.
you, but hello.
Dude, I've known Lucas
up, cuz?
since like kindergarten.
Lucas
Fam,
and
like,
Elena are my cousins.
Yeah, we went to Kid Stop together.
Oh
back in the
shit,
day.
that's way
Yeah,
better.
yeah, we're talking
Kids
Stop.
stop.
Fam.
Wow, that's
Kid
crazy.
Stop.
Must have been nice to go there.
It was through the YMCA. It's fantastic. I learned.
We love you, Pyle.
Learned a lot of sports ball games, like kickball.
Sports
remember,
ball.
Remember owning a bunch of 5th grade and 4th graders as a 2nd grader in gym kickball. Are you on the phone with Mariah?
No, she's calling.
I'm checking our stream pod. I'm getting our comment section pulled up so I can see what people are saying. All 3 people watching this, buckle up.
Buckle up, buckaroos.
Josh
So-
says, "Let's ride for the Broncos." Fan
Damn
here."
right.
I can't even
we
hate
are
anymore
riding.
because like I literally sleep with quote unquote the enemy every night. Like the Broncos, it's gotten to the point I follow them on Bleacher Report
Yeah.
because well, keep your friends close. Friends closer. Just kidding. No, my better half is a Broncos fan, and I don't know. You guys, I'm hyped for you guys. I was sad to hear about
I
Tim
am.
Patrick.
Yeah.
So I think covering that first. You guys are so deep at receiver though.
We're deep at receiver, and then we got Albert O, and we just drafted.
Rumors Dulcich that when
Dulcich,
he's
yep.
been there healthy has
Yeah.
been the better option.
Well, I mean, he's a high talent tight end. He was what, a 3rd round pick. We traded up in the 3rd round for him. I mean,
Mhm.
for a tight end, that's Travis Kelce was a 3rd round pick. I'm pretty sure he was.
Double that. Darren Waller was a 6th round pick.
Yeah. So I mean,
And
there's.
got 10 more games than Deshaun Watson did.
Oh, hey, breaking news, boys.
What?
Kareem Hunt has officially requested a trade.
Oh no, yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
already,
been
yeah.
Oh,
that's a-
Sleeper just pushed that through to me right now.
oh really?
Yeah.
It's been a thing.
I was about to
and it
say yeah,
ignited.
because for anybody watching, we will be talking possible destinations for Kareem Hunt.
We'll get around back around to that. But
Yeah, that's why. I,
Okay,
I popped
gotcha.
on before the shows because he requested it this morning, and the Browns have publicly denied it so far.
okay,
So, because he either wanted a contract or he wanted to be traded.
gotcha.
So,
But yeah, state of the Broncos. I'm really excited. I know same old song and dance. We're just one quarterback away, but it's the truth. That team
you
is
guys actually are now, though.
what's
you guys
that?
have the quarterback.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
I was saying that
Yeah.
was the narrative
Oh, yeah.
until Russ came along, and it's a young team loaded with talent. And the Tim Patrick news sucks. He's just a good guy, and he's one of those under the radar guys that really balled out and he proved himself. He's a guy you want to root for, right? He wasn't like a high prospect, but he came in and he just balled the fuck out and he made a name for himself. And it just sucks that he got hurt because I think he really could have propelled his career. But you know what? He got his money. He got the bag in the offseason. So
Yeah, man, a lot of that
happy for him on that. But I think we're deep enough at receiver in general. I think a lot of people are sleeping on KJ Hamler.
I was about to
People
say,
are forgetting.
That's who my
Yeah.
That's who my pop up for Tim Patrick is. Opposite skill set.
Yeah.
Because I think now what you honestly struggle with is Patrick was I know it was through 10 weeks he was number 1, and I think he ended the season number 1 on contested catch percentage. So now you have to find that red zone replacement. I don't think KJ Hamler fits that skill set, but also with a different offense, I think KJ Hamler fits that next weapon role. You know, he doesn't replace Tim Patrick in
No,
the role.
he doesn't replace Tim Patrick at all.
But-
He's a slot guy. Judy's going to have to move to the outside. He's going to have to play on the outside now because Hamler's going to have to play in the slot. But people are forgetting that Hamler went not even 20 picks after CeeDee Lamb. Like, it's not like he was some 4th, 5th round pick. The dude was a top of the 2nd round pick. He's a good wide receiver and he's a speedster. And you know, I have a feeling he's gonna be the Tyler Lockett of this offense with Russell Wilson. He's just gonna be that little speedster that's gonna catch these
Oh, I think KJ Hamler's
40,
gonna
50
have
yard
a
bombs.
huge year.
Yep. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for Dulcich. Is that how you pronounce his last
Yep.
name? Dulcich and Alberto. I'm excited for the offense in general, and then obviously Javonte Williams. I think he's, if you look at young, the super young running backs, obviously Jonathan Taylor, nobody's outshining him, but I think Javonte's right up there with him for young power backs. in the
Javonte
league.
led the league
Yeah.
in average yards per carry last year.
Yeah,
After minimum,
He can't
it's
be
like
tackled.
150 reps or something like
Yeah.
that. You have to have 150 reps.
yeah. There's that one play.
It was
I
like
just watch it over
5.4.
and over again, but there's that one play last year where Javonte broke 4 tackles. Like they just kept trying to tackle, they just kept knocking dudes off him. Like the dude is just a beast, and so I'm excited.
That's
for
also,
first
like,
time in a long time
if
for
you
Denver
wanna-
football.
If you want to kind of go back to Javonte Williams, I think the fact that Sam Howell had all of his talent leave
Mhm.
him his junior year, I think that really affected his stock huge. Because
Oh,
I
Jesus,
still
yeah.
think that he's gonna have.
I do too.
I think that could
He's-
end up, because all the reports that you're hearing, he's doing great in camp.
Mhm.
Wentz isn't doing the best. Like by week 4, he could end up potentially taking
Yeah.
that job and taking over. And if he has the talent around him, he can produce.
Sam Howell was my number 1 rookie quarterback going into the draft this year. And I think he was the most pro-rated quarterback.
I still
He's-
think he is.
Yeah, and no, I agree. We're on the same page. I was just saying, like, back before the NFL draft, that was kind of how I had my personal rankings. I had Sam Howell number 1.
Well, actually, so interesting thing, and not to make this a legendary comparison, but when you look at Sam Howell's college career, a lot of it to me looks like, honestly, what kind of happened to Dan Marino in college and why he fell in the 1983 NFL draft is because you're looking at Marino, who was, back then obviously the stats are a little bit different, but statistically had a better junior year than a senior year, but he had a lot of talent leave. That Pittsburgh team was a national title contender. His junior year, they were like 9-4. His senior year, so you're talking about a quarterback who regressed backwards, threw more picks, but had a lot of talent leave him. And honestly, for Sam Howell, if he takes it the same way, I think it could be probably the best thing that ever happened, because the problem with, I think, a lot of rookie quarterbacks is they don't know how to lose. I think Trevor Lawrence, you're about to find out a lot about him, because last year he went from high school success to college success to 3-14. So you're about to find out a lot about him. How does he rebound after those losses? I don't really mind if a rookie quarterback loses. Like if you're starting a rookie at QB, you're rebuilding.
Yeah, and
so
yeah,
for me, it's like, how do they take those mistakes and then move on to year 2 and not make those mistakes? Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions his rookie year. He's a Hall of Famer. So
yep, we'll see. And and Trevor in particular, he was touted as a generational talent. Best
the
quarterback.
next Peyton Manning,
Yeah,
Andrew
best
Luck,
prospect since Andrew Luck, and so he's got a lot of hype behind him, and he didn't pass the eye test for me last year, but we'll see what happens. The Jags were in a very unique situation last year, so I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Urban
That's what
Meyer,
happens when Donald Trump runs.
Urban Meyer runs your football team. Yeah,
Listen, you piece of shit, I just need you to make field goals, alright? Oop. Fuck you.
that's how you kick.
Yeah. Listen, sunshine. Stop throwing fucking interceptions. Okay?
Oh,
Yeah, that to be a fly on the wall. I need a 30 for 30 on just the Jaguars locker room.
right.
I need a 30 for 30 on Urban Meyer's fucking, like, he, say what you want about him.
His
He's had an
14-game
interesting-
stint.
No, he's had an interesting career overall. You got to talk about a man who's a part of the Terrell Pryor incident in Ohio State, was on a fucking Florida team. Or no, that wasn't, that was Jim Tressel, but he was a part of, like,
Nate says, "Turn our shit up. We can barely hear you."
you barely hear us? You guys? Oh, soundboard's over there.
Okay.
Just go turn all the volumes up
What?
in the butt.
I said what? Jesus Christ, don't you know how to turn up a fucking knob? Give your balls a tug.
Give your balls a tug, you fucker. You can just turn up the bottom ones.
Mike says Urban's fault.
Yeah. Yeah, Nate, you turn up your shit.
Yeah,
I literally have a mic right here.
Where's your mic on for that one?
Oh, this one? It's on me.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, you're fine. Just for you guys, turn it up.
is it the bottom 3 slider ones? Is that
Yeah.
I just maxed it out. So
Okay, Sigmund's like deep throwing the mic for once.
They should be able to hear us.
I'm proud of you on your mic presence, Sigmund. It's greatly improved.
Yeah, we figured this out.
Cuckoo, choo.
But anyways, speaking of not hearing shit, I don't know. Let's just jump into it.
It's the first
where's
topic.
Where's the right spot for the hunt?
The Cahunt.
Where's the G spot at, gentlemen?
So are
The
we?
Bills.
Where's Craig
Are we
Hunt at?
talking about where the best fit would be for him, or where we think he's actually going to go?
Both.
The-
I want your best fit. We'll start with Swiggy here. He's
Okay.
jumping at the bit here. I want best
Okay.
fit and where he's most likely to go, and they have to be separate segments.
The best fit would be the Bills.
Okay.
I think him and the Bills offense would be tremendously scary.
Mm-hmm.
You give Josh Allen a running back who can take it 50 down the field if he wants, or take it 50 down the field on a screen pass. Where he actually goes, they'll probably ship him somewhere to the NFC. They don't like to do in division or
In conference.
in conference, in division, same shit. Who needs a running back right now, and who could they get some
Honestly.
value out of? Arizona.
Arizona wouldn't be bad, or San Francisco has shown that they want to win now. Like they've already made the investment in trading for Trey Lance and giving him the keys this year.
But I don't think they have enough to give up for. Marcus is calling.
Oh, put him on. What's up? What's up?
Fuck you want, butt fucker.
What?
Check my trade.
We're already on.
Yeah, you can join though.
Yeah.
Pop on down.
Pop on down, fucker. Connor Burchell says Kirk Cousins will have a better season than Russell Wilson.
Well, we'll see you in a few.
Who said that?
Connor Burchell.
Oh, I don't know who you are, Connor, but I'm surprised you figured out how to turn on Facebook.
Yeah, we just got on about 10 minutes ago.
I'm just kidding. That was rude, but they're holy fuck, dude. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
no, he will not. Not even close.
I don't think
Let's
so.
squeeze him in.
We'll be able to get you in here.
Marcus is coming, but Connor Burchell says Kirk Cousins will have a better season than Russell Wilson. He says the Colts are going 12-5 and the Vikings are going 8-9.
13-4, but I agree with you, Birch.
You agree that Kirk Cousins is going to have a better year than Russell Wilson?
No, the Colts one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh,
I
no,
was-
that wasn't Burchell. That was Atherton who said that. No, Connor Burchell said that that Kirk Cousins will have a better season than Russell Wilson.
no,
No.
he will not. I'm sorry.
It's Kirk Cousins. We've all seen him play.
Russell could potentially break Peyton's record on Peyton's old team.
Hold the fuck.
Yeah, he
up
ain't going to throw
here.
4,500 yards and 55
Okay,
touchdowns. That's
all
not.
right,
That's not going to happen. But yeah.
I believe in the Broncos, but I'm a Raiders fan, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Kirk Cousins has a better supporting cast. You can't tell me, you cannot tell me, especially with the injury of Tim Patrick, that the best receiver, if we are looking at both Rapid City, South Dakota base bitch fan teams, that Justin Jefferson is not the best receiver among all of them. Cortland
Agreed.
Sutton, Jerry Judy,
Agreed.
They don't.
We agree
I
there.
agree that Justin Jefferson is the best receiver,
So
but if
I'm-
you go by receiving core, the
Like
Broncos
the-
have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also here's the deal. I love
Okay, go on.
Jonathan Williams, but Dalvin Cook is better than
The Vikings tight end can never even make it through fucking training camp.
that's fine.
Irv-
but they
Irv
have
Smith's
KJ
injured.
Osborne and Adam Thielen too. Like if we're talking like I said,
Adam
playing
Thielen's
devil's
34 years old. He's going to be.
How's Denver's O-line?
PFF had us ranked 12th last year.
Okay, because historically, Seattle has never had an O-line.
Yeah, that's a point I bring up a lot too, and another reason why I think Russ is going to have
Important.
such a good year is because for the last 7 years, Russ has had a 25th or worst ranked offensive line by PFF metrics.
And still put
This-
up top 10 stats.
Yep, and so now you're giving him a top 12 offensive line and really well-rounded receiving core. Okay, Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver among all of them, and it's not even close. But the combination of Sutton, Judy, Hamler, Albert O, and Dulcich is better than Jefferson, Osborne, Thielen, and Irv Smith because one, like Sig said, Irv can't even stay healthy.
And they got rid of Conklin.
Yep, they got rid of Conklin, and Thielen is getting into his mid-30s. Justin Jefferson's an animal. He's arguably one of the best wide receivers in football. And so you're basically saying KJ Osborne's better than Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton.
KJ Osborne had more touchdowns last year than Jerry Jeudy.
Well, it doesn't take much
True
to get more.
fucking lock.
Yeah, you got to look at totally different situations. That doesn't take away from. We're talking about talent of. We're talking about the talent of the receiving core. Completely different situations last year. So,
I think
from a
Cortland Sutton could have a
he's
year.
he's
One of
lock
he was
it in
like
right now.
one
He's
of
going to
the
be a
players.
top 10 wide receiver.
Like if you go back and look at it when he was drafted, I tweeted at Chris Ballard. I was like, get this guy in the second or third. Like, come on.
So yeah, Cortland Sutton put up a 1,100 yard and 8 touchdown season with Flacco and Trevor Siemian throwing him the ball.
Sakar, shut up.
What did he say?
Osborne is better than JJ.
Get
Better than
outta
Justin
here,
Jack-
bud.
Sirkar's just trolling. He likes
Nate
to,
said
he likes
I
to
could
jump
be
on
wrong,
here and
but
troll. I
the
love you,
Raiders
Sirkar.
could take the West, but IDK.
It's not out of the question. I don't
So-
think the West is out of the question logically for
Any team.
I tell you what, boys.
I'll be there.
I'm gonna jump in here real quick, just because everybody listening, we're gonna jump in and we'll address all your questions. But we completely bunny trailed off Kareem Hunt. We were kind of on that. Where's Kareem Hunt going?
You know,
And then we-
he's honestly not that important.
He wants kicked to you, alright? So,
Yeah.
it's not like we just-
Like I said, I think best fit would be the Bills. Where I see him going could be Arizona.
Yeah.
Back to the K-Hunt.
Yep, Siglin was still talking. Bills in Arizona. I think his best fit would be on the Ravens. I think he's got the perfect skill set to complement Lamar Jackson and the offense that Harbaugh likes to run. But where I think he's going to end up, and also a spot that I think he will thrive in once all their starters are injured by week 3, is in Miami. I think with that offense they're building in Miami, I think he would be a really good fit down there, and I could see them trying to pursue him just to have a little more stability at the running back position, because they've built an amazing offense around Tua, but that's the one area where they're like still, they've got, they just,
They have a committee though,
They-
and if you know anything about Mike Davis, that's not his name. Whatever. If you know anything about Mike Daniels, he likes a good committee. Like he's always had a decent committee when he was the offensive coordinator of the 49ers.
yeah.
Like there's never really been one true bell cow since Frank Gore left.
I think Logic's going to do really good.
Yeah, but
in Miami.
also, okay, so they got Raheem Mostert, they got Chase Edmonds, they got Myles Gaskin, they have
Sonny Michelle.
Sony Michelle. I mean, you're talking about
And then
half
they got
those guys
Alec
are on their
Ingold.
way out of the league.
And then
One
they
of them
got
can't
Alec
stay
Ingold
healthy.
to be his use check.
Yeah.
That's a scary
I-
pickup.
I'm just saying a 27-year-old Kareem Hunt who still has a lot of talent, and I think 2 or 3 more years left in the tank, I think he would be a good fit in Miami, and that's where I could see him going.
Tanner?
I don't think Miami has the substance to make the trade.
Yeah.
Just chilling here?
Fine, I'm just gonna come up with some randomness. I think Kareem should go back home, back to the Chiefs.
I mean, that's a saucy take, but
Go home. You too good for your home.
why don't you go home?
You could also go to Seattle though. Realistically, because they're just insane.
Apparently, they're really liking their core down there.
Yeah.
Apparently, DJ Dallas has been showing off. Kenny
I
Walker.
forgot about DJ Dallas.
Kenny Walker's really been showing out the last 3 days, and obviously it's Rashad Penny's job to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And Rashad Penny was
Which he's lost multiple times.
Was a top 3 back
Yeah.
the last 7 weeks of
He was.
football.
Yep.
Like he put up insane numbers.
Yeah. He's a sleeper.
But it's Seattle.
They like to run.
Yeah. Honestly, it's the whole reason Russ wanted out of there to begin with, is because it wasn't the offense that he felt fit his talents,
So who do you think that they go with next year at quarterback, since they obviously passed at everyone this year?
Oh, fuck me and Kareem Hunt.
My bad.
Yeah, no, you guys are running the show. It's not my show. No, it's cool. It's fine.
Where
I
do
don't
you
know.
think Kareem's going? You going to say the Raiders? Are the Raiders going to trade for him?
No, honestly, I think he wants to contend for a Super Bowl. If I'm going like the best fit, honestly, I think the Niners would benefit a lot from him out there. Now, I don't think he stays in the AFC, but I mean, on the offshoot chance that he does, I do think the Ravens would be a heavy contender if it wasn't
In division.
the same division. Yeah.
Yep.
So outside
Oh
of that,
God, don't go to the Patriots. Oh God.
outside
They
of that,
have
the
too.
Patriots-
They have too much of a committee
Yeah.
to need a back
Yeah,
right
the
now.
The Patriots are always going to be too much committee. I think even though Josh McDaniels is gone, I still think that's still the philosophy within the building. They're just committee by everything.
Yeah.
They'd committee the fucking quarterback position if it ever worked.
Apparently,
They
Pierre
just want
Strong
backups.
might take the RB2 job though.
Well, no surprise there.
Yeah,
Obviously, South Dakota State bias, but Pierre was legitimately a sleeper in this year's draft.
yeah.
So
He's a strong
Ramondre
choice.
Stevenson was pretty good though for those few games that Damon was out.
Ramondre's a beast, dude.
dude, he's a fucking monster.
I regret trading him to Lane, actually.
Regretting trades to Lane. The whole story.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm excited about the rookie wide receiver class this year.
Yeah.
More than anything, honestly. Like Alec Pierce is looking balling in.
Pickens, Dotson.
George Pickens is going to be a fucking monster.
Yeah, I hate
I
you.
mean, yeah, they dropped this morning that George Pickens is first on the Steelers depth chart
Yep.
with Deontay Johnson. So looks like he might even just shoot over Chase Claypool, which honestly I think Chase is just too much ego.
Yeah.
He's just too much ego. I think
I think he needs a fresh start.
yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he
Also,
got
Notre
traded.
Dame wide receivers just never fucking pan out.
I know Malcolm Floyd.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Malcolm
Guy.
Floyd was from.
Notre Dame?
Pretty sure he was from Wyoming.
No, he wasn't. He's from Notre Dame. Floyd, the one who went to Arizona.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm thinking Chargers.
I was thinking Chargers Floyd too.
Thank you.
Yep. 'Cause I met him when we went down to Denver.
I was gonna
10 years
say I
ago.
know he's from Wyoming because he was like my uncle's favorite player. He
Yeah.
knew everything about Michael Floyd, Malcolm Floyd.
I said Joe Montana.
Golden Tate, Mike Shaw says for.
That's like the
Bears.
only one, Mike. But Will Fuller's
And I wouldn't even say Golden
crashed
Tate
out.
panned out. Like he really. I
He
mean,
just had-
he had one good
he
year,
w-
and besides that, he was just
he had
kind of a
few good years. He was just on the right team at the right time.
yeah.
I'd say he was a good consummate professional. Like he had a good handful of years. I don't think he'll ever be a Hall of Famer at the end of the day, but he had a solid run through his career.
Like if you look at that team, Russell had 3 number 2s.
I hate Golden Tate.
Like it's not like Golden Tate would be a number 1 option.
Fail,
anywhere but
fail
Detroit.
Mary.
Yep.
no, Fail Mary.
I hate him. I know it's not his fault. Those
Yeah, I guess
goddamn
we gotta
refs.
see- the Broncos
If you
report.
catch the guy that catches the ball, you caught the ball.
Exactly.
That's one of my favorite memes of all
God,
time.
fucking refs. God damn it.
No, Tanner, we haven't heard much from you. We'll pop in with me and Sigmund. Jace kind of gave his state of the Broncos. How you feeling about your Packers? Your little fudge Packers right now.
Well, that's what I was looking up earlier when you guys were talking because I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Romeo's balling.
Romeo, yeah, the next Devontae.
Which, by the way, he came out and he said his last name is pronounced Dobbs. For anybody wondering,
Oh, so it's just Romeo Dobbs.
Dabs.
it's not Daubs or Dubes or
Doobs.
however people are. It's Dobbs.
I like Dubes.
But
Yep,
it's
I like Dubes too.
it's the Packers. You know, it's the same every year. Honestly, I mean they change it up, but
They're gonna go 13-4, and then they're gonna get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs.
We can't all not say though that I'm going from Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer. From
Oh,
Devontae
yeah,
to
that's
Allen
gotta get brought up.
Lazard.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was a good little jab back at, and obviously him.
It's
and,
all in playful fun.
Yeah, him and Devontae Adams are friends, so
They were
just,
literally
they're
just
fucking
golfing
with each
last
other.
weekend.
But yeah, but that, you gotta love it, dude. It's great. I mean, we fuck with each other, and so it's it's funny to see. It's funny to see professional athletes doing the same thing.
I knew when he said that it was gonna get just blown out. And I'm like, God, fucking damn it! Because here's the deal. I've said it on Blind Faith. I think Derek Carr continues to produce and continues to be a good starting quarterback. He'll be a Hall of Famer. He will be. On what his career's been so far, no. But I mean, if he still produces, he's 9 years in. He does this for another 7-8 years. You're telling me 16 years of 3,000 to 4,000 yards, 20, 30 plus touchdowns in a season. He's not a Hall of Famer at that point. I'm saying if. This is a big if, and this is what I believe in as a Raiders fan, which is pure homerdom and not really based on a lot of logic, more so gut feeling and desperation. But I will say, at the end of the day, man, no quarterback has stood out and gotten better and had to deal with more shit than Derek Carr's had to deal with.
In my opinion, he got fucked out of an MVP just like Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, by injury, and I think coming back off of that, you see some flaws.
Took
I
a little
think
bit
that
of
were-
time. Took a little bit of time to get back to where he was.
Well, also that team was did not have a recipe for success the next year. We didn't invest in the 2016 team. Like they won a lot of games late. They won a lot of games by close margins, and that's not sustainable. Just like last year. The difference is though that I'm seeing from 2016 to 17 after Derek's injury, and frankly from what we did this offseason, coaching is a big thing. You know, 2016 we got rid of our Brett Musgrave, our offensive coordinator, and you saw the offense just go stagnant next year. We have a better play caller now, in my opinion, in McDaniels, and the Hall of
I
Fame
still
game-
don't trust that guy.
Mm-mm.
That's fine, as you guys cannot, but I like Josh McDaniels as a head coach hire. I think he brings a lot of better innovation to the fucking game, and honestly, I just had to deal with Gruden the past 2.5 years.
What are you gonna do when he goes and just destroys your entire team and then goes right back to the Patriots?
Okay, you're salty as fuck because he turned down your head coaching job after accepting it. You're
Fuck
salty as
no.
fuck because he got-
Fuck no! I
he
was
got
so
hired way
excited.
too young. He got
You can,
No.
if Nate is
I'm
in
gonna
the,
br-
if
I'm
Nate
gonna-
is in the comments right here, he can be like, when it said he accepted that job, I messaged him, fuck no, I don't want him, and then it was like, he declined it, and we got Frank Reich, and I was so much happier. I do not want that guy.
I think
I don't want anyone from the Patriots staff. They can't do shit unless they're under Bill's nipples.
You know what? That's fine. I have faith.
Matt Patricia?
Because this is the best it's looked in years. I said the opposite thing about Matt Patricia. I was like, especially defensive assistants. Jesus.
You can't trust Scotsman.
The only one that's gone to do anything is
Tanner's
Vrabel.
just here to be a
You can't
racist.
trust a Raider
The
anyways.
only one that's gone to do anything is Vrabel, and he wasn't a coach under him. He was one of his players.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I like-
McDaniel, you can't trust him.
that's fine. All 3 against 1, per usual.
What are you gonna do when he signs Tebow?
Where the fuck has that been rumored? You just see Raiders tweet
drafted
going up?
Tebow.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he drafted him.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
he learned his lesson.
No.
No,
He learned his lesson. He's gonna
Cole, I
learn
love you, but I'm
36-year-old
just gonna.
Tim Tebow.
Don't forget the Scottish started the KKK. You can't trust them.
When you and I used to talk about the Tim Tebow Bronco era, you used to vocally talk shit about Josh McDaniels, and then as soon as he becomes your head coach, you're like, I think it's a great hire. Just flipping the opinion like
it's like our
switch.
buddy
It's
Barack
like-
with LeBron. Was the biggest LeBron hater I'd ever met in my life. The second he signed with the Lakers, he became his biggest fan.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniel, the Broncos coach, fuck him. He sucks. 10 years is a long time.
Wasn't he at Houston
Been
too?
hardened by having to hang out with the evil emperor.
Nope, that was Bill O'Brien.
Oh yeah.
It's another flamed out Bill Belichick.
He's a great college coach.
Yeah.
He did good at Penn State. Turned him around after they had a coach touch kids there. So,
Yep.
I'm still glad the worst Harbaugh brothers not in the NFL.
Jim Harbaugh, Michigan.
Talk shit all you want. Jim Harbaugh is,
The Harbaugh Bowl is one of the most electric Super Bowls to
Yeah.
watch.
and like you're
It was so electric the lights went out.
just a testament to Jim Harbaugh though is like he comes into the league and takes a horrible 49ers team and makes them an immediate contender, and as soon as he leaves, they go back to being shit again. I'm just saying Jim Harbaugh is a fantastic coach, whether the players like him or not.
I feel he was the only one that unlocked Kaepernick's true potential.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I think Harbaugh is one of those coaches where he can go into any team and completely turn them around.
Well, he's turned around Michigan. I mean, respectfully, they're not like last
They
year.
went from
actually beat Ohio
unranked to
State.
like top 10 the last 5
I was
years.
going to say they've actually been a respectable college football team. They were in the playoffs last year. Sure, they had to draw Alabama and they got their ass whooped, or Georgia. Yeah, they had Georgia last year, and I'm sorry that Georgia team.
Well, all of them are in the
we
NFL
see-
now.
Yeah, I was about to say they're all in the NFL now. So there's
Didn't even the
that.
quarterback get a job?
No,
I thought he got
no,
signed at the end. I thought he
Stetson or
got.
whatever
I
is-
thought Stetson-
No, he's still their quarterback.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
I thought he was going. I thought he was a senior.
fucking freshman last year, sophomore, something like that. He's not even like draft ready. Stetson Bennett, I think.
I thought he was like a I thought he redshirt freshman. That was like his senior year. Because they were talking about it on Pardon My Take, how that was like one of like, it should be a movie.
You know what I would really want to switch to though?
What's that?
Is how Siglin drafted Zach Wilson second overall in our dynasty startup draft in the second round.
Again, I thought it was going to be a good trade for you.
Well, I mean, I got him eventually, but I gave up like a 14th and a 18th rounder.
That's all right.
Yeah,
I was able to steal
was
Mac.
like
I was able to steal Mac Jones.
Siglin was like a thirsty 48-year-old wife at the draft. He got to the second round, he couldn't wait anymore. He had to go after him.
You know what makes me laugh?
I wanted him.
That fake quote. That's like on Joe Flacco playing better than him in camp. He's like,
Yeah,
"No,
Chris
bold of him to try-
37.
Yeah, bold of him to try to take my wife, or bold of him to try to take my job when his wife's a crisp 37 years old.
Jesus.
So let's go over your draft here, though, buddy. Because we had Jamar Chase, obviously. We knew what shit was happening.
He's going to
And then
be
you have Zach
on the team for
Wilson.
15 years.
Then Russell Wilson. Then Damian Harris. You went with the New England running back.
He was top 10 running back all year when he was healthy.
Michael
Besides the
Pittman,
3
that
weeks he
actually
was
wasn't
out.
a bad pick,
Michael
think.
Pitt, I was 2 picks away from snagging Pittman, but I knew you were. I knew you were
not going to
I knew you were gonna get him. So
Yeah, Pat Fireman with Matt Jones wasn't bad. Juju, I think, was a risk. And is Jalen even still on your roster?
Jalen.
Ramsey?
No.
You drafted him in the 9th round.
Yeah, IDP isn't my strongest suit in the fantasy football. It's a new one for me.
Marlon Mack, who's not leading the job. Rashad Penny was good because he ended up getting Ken Walker in the rookie draft. Is Mark
there he
Martin?
is. He's here.
About fucking
What's
time,
up,
bud.
man? How are you?
But you guys want to talk about that draft? I think
We all
I
got
absolutely,
scooters.
I think I absolutely murdered the rookie draft.
You want to sit on Dad's
the rookie
lap?
draft. I gotta pull that draft. Let's look at that draft recap again.
I
I'll pull
got
it up
Kenny
on-
Walker, Alec Pierce, and Desmond Ritter. I got 3 pieces for my future. Desmond Ritter's been showing good in camp. I think he sits a year and a half under Marcus Mariota. He'll take over that job. They're building him weapons. They got that Tyler Algier, Drake London, Kyle Pitts.
Tyler Algier could be good, especially coming out of BYU. A very
I was
pass-heavy
so
system.
I was so mad when Lane took him. That was gonna be my pick instead of Ritter, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
If we're talking about who had a rookie draft. Yeah. I mean, I already traded Sky Moore, but the juice was too much to
Yep.
on that one.
I think we all had good rookie drafts.
I'm just so proud of my Brees Hall. That boy's
Yeah.
been balling out.
That's pretty.
That's future right there.
It's pretty happy with Olave, Pickett, and Pickens.
The one thing that will always kind of worry me about Brees is they still have another great running back who's gonna be there. They're gonna have a good 1-2 punch for years to come.
My problem is though is I think Michael Carter is I'm gonna downgrade you there. He's not great. He's good. Because here's the deal. I think
He's not an every down back.
I think he shadowed Javonte at North Carolina, and I think we're seeing that in Denver. I think we're very much seeing that because Javonte, it's the same story as it was in college, and that's why Javonte Williams was my sleeper running back of the 2020 draft. And I hated him going to Denver as a Raiders fan because he averaged more yards after contact per carry than any other back in the ACC has ever averaged. He literally broke the record. He broke North Carolina's broken tackle record, and he had half the carries because they split the carries with him and Michael Carter. And I think Carter he's a great Robin, but he's not Batman. He
No.
was in that situation, and he's not in this situation either.
But he's also your screen back. He's going to be getting the passes, the sweeps. He's not your belt cow. He's going to be your third down guy, maybe come in for a second down every once in a while if Brees just busted off a big one, needs a little breather. But they're going to have a good young committee, and the fact that now he's going to have that Javonte, it's going to open more stuff up for Michael Carter where it's going to allow him to thrive as well. That's how I do feel. I think that the Jets will have one of the scariest rushing tandems in the
1-2
next
punches. Yep.
yeah, in the next 3 years.
Yep. I can see that.
It'll almost be like Danny Woodhead and LT, like towards the end.
Yep. Marcus, what's up, man? Welcome to the party.
Oh,
Woo!
nothing much.
The great trade ignorer himself.
Yes.
How are you? Yeah.
Good. Well, not.
I'm just joking. I'm just fucking with you.
Kids don't spend time worrying about the
Oh, fire already. All right. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I can't keep up with 100 messages a day.
No, I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame
That's what
you.
hurt the most is when you guys said you're not keeping up with the Facebook chat. I was like, is my grandma in the chat? Why are you guys using Facebook? What's up with that?
That's fair.
We
Same
can-
as my
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
Facebook.
been part of a Facebook group chat before, but I will say my favorite thing about it is your reaction capabilities. Like you can plug literally any emoji in as a reaction, so I can flip people off when Siglin says something gay. I can put the two dudes holding hands. Like I just all the wild emojis,
All
and
the
then
different options.
yep, and then the formatting. So like when you respond to somebody, you can throw a GIF in there, and it like attaches their image to it or their text to it. I just kind of like the formatting of it. So
Sure.
it's my first time being in a Facebook group chat, but it's been pretty entertaining so far.
Yeah, first time, huh?
It's my first time, just like this couch.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh god.
Just to be clear, this is not the couch's first time for anything. Kind of sitting on a juicy ass state. These are Cassie's old couches. These couches have been used, and I haven't been a part of that usage before. So
Oh my god.
Well, thanks.
you're welcome. It's been cleaned, I hope, since then. It's got the glass coat, all right?
Maybe.
It's glass coated.
Anything comes right off. Body fluids, anything.
Good,
Believe it or not, Cole started Bucking Broncos 2.
I was an extra Bucking Broncos 1. I was
He was a stunt cock.
I was the
A
husband.
stunt
Yeah,
cock.
I was the husband who went to work, and yes, I was actually a stunt cock.
And a
so-
fluffer.
Yep.
Ooh.
So in the in between clips 32:48 and 33:58, you can see the reverse cowgirl scene. That is my dick bouncing up and down. So,
That's the
I thought the balls
It
changed.
It was that action that got me cast as the main in Bucking Broncos 2, and even had me as a cameo appearance in the beginning of Bucking Broncos 3. So
Oh, that's funny.
He was the realtor in the
now
beginning.
I have to explain to Alyssa my adult actor career that she didn't know about. So thanks, Wes.
Spread my
That's
butt cheeks is Mike Honcho.
I think your response is, you're a porn star and this is how you do it?
Dude, actually, side note, when I was working in North Dakota, like my first job, I just worked at Napa Auto Parts, just running shit around, and there was this one shop. Every time you drop something off, the guy signed it as Mike Honcho, and it made my day every time. I was like, I know that's not your name, but I'll take it.
Oh, so what you guys covered for the fantasy draft, huh?
We
Not much
were
yet.
just starting to touch upon it.
Oh, nice.
Sigmund sucks.
You can watch out.
Sigmund sucks.
Are we doing sound tests? That's what's up.
No,
No.
That's what I would
Oh, yeah.
say.
Yeah, we've been live.
So good.
Oh, I'd say get his mic in
All right,
position
you know,
before
Dave.
you hook it up.
I think give it back. I'm super cereal. Man, bear pig is real, and he's only the AFC in receiving. It's not zero.
Is that a scene that came from Michael Pittman?
Man, bear pig is Michael Pittman Jr. Man, pit pig.
I just want to say, I think my team's nicknames are the fucking greatest.
What's the one you're proudest of?
Yeah, they're so great. Where do they off the top of your head?
Oh, I had to look 'em
You're,
up.
I was gonna say you're trying to make me fucking remember shit out the top of my head. That's on you.
Yeah, from the USS Diversity, he's I'm about sorry, Mr. Jackson. Or Lamar Jackson. It's time to get Swifty for DeAndre Swift. Keeping up with the Joneses is kind of basic. You can do better than that.
Well, there's two of them. That's why I did it.
London Bridge ain't falling down for Drake London. Allen Wrench for Allen Robinson.
Fort Andrews Air Force Base for
Oh, I
Mark
have a
Andrews.
question. Why the fuck did we make QB touchdowns worth 6?
Because I said so.
Please Ezekiel for Ezekiel Elliott. Big Dak attack.
Because quarterback touchdowns were 6. That's why.
Edmonds car shopping for Chase Edmonds.
Jace, how are you as a fantasy Nazi allowing this to happen?
Cole's just kind of taking over.
A quarterback's
saying
touchdown
no to
is
the
a quarterback's touchdown is always worth 4.
It's
You
the same
cannot
way
make
everyone
it 6.
wants just Chancellor.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna make wide receivers worth 8?
You don't have to argue. Okay.
A wide receivers has to be two more than the quarterback if we're gonna make scoring fair. If you want a high scoring league, at least make a wide receiver touchdown worth 8. I get you want us to score 300 points a week, but fuck. I just learned about this yesterday.
Sigel and I'm just going to jump in here and say I agree with you on the scoring, but I've also been kind of a fantasy stickler, and so I've given Cole some more creative freedom.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. If we want high scoring,
You do kind of fuck Beard.
at least bump the wide receiver up 1.
King of the castle.
King of the castle.
Beard was talking about how he planned, like he drafted for QBs getting 4 points a touchdown.
Same.
Well, maybe you guys should have drafted better QBs.
Sigmund, your 9th round.
Yes. Yes.
9 out of
Yeah.
24
I agree with
picks
that.
Isn't even fucking. Fine, I'll change it back.
No, I'm saying raise the receivers.
It's fine.
It's not how
It's
receivers
fine,
work,
Cole,
bro.
It's fine.
Marcus, do a sound check for me.
Sound check. Sound check.
A little closer to you, bud.
Sound check. Sound check.
Remote's on this.
Don't switch it, Cole, without talking about it. It's actually
It's not
important.
even on camera.
Who's not on camera?
Well,
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not seeing the audio for the mics. I see
ProFX.
your mic. Oh, the Pro. Oh, gotcha. Yep. Okay, so ProFX is the soundboard.
Yep.
Okay.
How's that
All right. Nobody's speaking to your mic real quick. Okay, Sigmund, push your mic away from you real
There
quick.
we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's better.
Is that better?
Maybe a little bit
He's
of
literally
volume.
on screen
That's
now.
fine. Yeah.
Now, Marcus, say something.
Hello.
Say
something.
You're picking up.
Wide receivers are fine. Lead the wide receivers. That's my vote.
I said, give me some juice, not gas the juice.
Oh my god, this is going to cost me so much on my cat's bill.
I hope Russia doesn't charge me extra.
So where were we at? I think we were making fun of Siglin's draft, right? Is that where we were at?
That
And
makes sense.
at the end of the rookie draft, Siglin only had one defensive player on his team.
I've picked some up. We're good.
Yeah, we're good now.
And I believe Mike Shaw did as well. Somebody else only had one defensive player after that, too. And I don't
if you
remember.
Go look at Lane's lineup for this week. He's got 5 empty slots.
God, look at those empty slots.
All those dirty, empty slots.
God.
Just want to fill them.
Okay.
Just can't help it. When I see empty slots, I just lose my mind.
Here we go. Let's add Lane's lineup for him.
Well, there's 3 of us projected to have over 200 points week 1. Projections are pointless, but that's
Now I'm projected to lose to Zach.
yeah.
I'm almost projected to beat Beard by 40.
Well, he hasn't set his lineup.
Well, no, he did. He's
Did he?
only got Baker Mayfield.
Is that his team
Ba-
that bad?
Baker Mayfield slated to get 0.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Surprised you haven't picked up your boy Denzel.
Who are you talking to?
Me, Perryman? Why would I pick him up in fantasy? Like IDP. Like he's 30.
Gets a shitload of tackles.
Yeah? He'd be good for this year, but. You pick him up then. Do it.
Cole, what'd you think of your draft?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I love where my roster's gone since then and the like 35 trades I've made.
Yeah, Cole is our league trade addict. He is.
Part of half the trades.
When he says he's done 30 trades, in 2 weeks, we're not exaggerating. He's executed probably 30 trades in 2 weeks. It's been nuts.
Probably like
Every day.
5.
Every day there's 1 or 2 trades with Cole.
I make this league interesting. What can I
Yep.
say?
This is definitely the most trade happy league I've ever been a part of, though. It's been pretty wild.
Oh yeah, by far.
Now that I set Lane's lineup, he's scheduled to beat you 214 to 182 Sigmund, so you're welcome.
Projections don't mean shit.
Yeah, I've made a lot of trades. I traded away Jonathan Taylor. Still kind of hurts a little bit, but I
Thank
think
you
in
for
the
that.
future I'll be better. Yeah, I traded him away to probably one of the 2 people I shouldn't have. You and Lane. Marcus,
and
I'm
yet you won't
concerned about
stop.
because of his quarterback potential. Lane obviously is Lane, but I don't know. The rest of the league is cannon fodder. Thank you, Siglin.
Think what you want.
But I don't know. Instead of that, I got Devontae. I got Derek. They're gonna go off. It's a fishing elephant team, so I have to play some stereotype anyways. Have my Raiders. I have too many Raiders though. I have Josh Jacobs and Samir White now.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're sitting good. I don't know. We've got AJ Brown, Tanner, so appreciate you for that one, buddy.
And you have Devonta Smith.
Devontae Smith, Amon-Ra, St. Brown.
You got some good young options there, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got youth.
Yeah, for sure.
Team's young, so
How do you feel about
Like
Garrett
Tom
Wilson? I'm
Brady.
so on the fence about him.
Garrett Wilson, I like.
Tom Brady's pretty young.
Yeah, Tom Brady's got another 10 years.
Yep.
So that's my quarterback of the future. He's my 45.
I know he's not going to, but I was really hoping he'd play till 50. It would be kind of cool to see the first 50-year-old quarterback.
He
George
is-
Blanda looked like shit when he played at 50.
Here's a good side note. Do you think Tom Brady, if he wins the Super Bowl this year, does that make him more likely to retire or less likely?
likely.
Yeah.
Less.
Yeah.
Tom Brady wins, and he still proves that.
Yeah.
Because I think last year where you had the retirement is the doubt after losing.
Well,
Dude.
the Fox deal also doesn't start for 2 years, so I think that like he's planned 2 more seasons.
Yeah. Like, Tom Brady is like my creative character in Madden after I've done 20 seasons, and I've buried everybody so bad on the legacy rankings that the second person isn't even close. Like, he's just burying everybody.
He's like,
in
Drew
the
Brees
house.
was
Yeah.
close to me, not anymore.
Like, we're talking about, like, I remember in high school how it was unfathomable that Joe Montana had 4 rings. I was like, holy shit. Now Tom Brady's almost doubled that. It's
He's
just
going to.
nuts. It's nuts.
So-
He's got Julio now. It's, yeah.
We actually did have a question from one of our viewers, and I think this is a good one to get into because this is something I've been debating with my friends on the
Okay.
party about for the last couple weeks. Does Jamar Chase repeat, have a better or a worse year?
That's James
Worse.
Conner.
Worst,
That he said.
worst statistically, is my opinion. But
Yeah.
I think he improves as a pro. But I think where it was last year, they don't have the distractions.
They were
don't have
underrating
CJ Uzama outside that. Like, they still have a good team. They have better protection.
I think
but
they got a better tight end
I think
now.
either that or same. Like, I think slightly under same.
I think Hayden Hurst is very good. He was just very.
Oh, I was like, don't you
underutilized.
talk shit about Tyler Sample, all right? It's my boy.
Hayden Hurst,
Drew Sample, is it Drew
Drew
Sample?
Sample.
Drew
Drew
Sample.
Sample.
Hayden
Yeah.
Hurst is their
Yeah.
starter though.
Yep.
But-
I was joking.
The one thing,
Yeah.
the one thing that I think of, and the reason why that it's gonna be better, Joe Burrow was sacked 58 times last year.
Yeah.
And still put up those numbers with all of his receiving core. What are those numbers gonna look like when you cut that
David
number
Carr
down
did
to
that.
17 to 23?
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
off,
true.
Marcus.
That's
Just
true.
said David Carr could never.
He's gonna.
David Carr got sacked 73 times. in a season.
And I know that Jamar Chase has said that he's going for Triple Crown. Like he said, if he doesn't have a Triple Crown this season, it wasn't a good year for him.
Yeah.
Like he's been on quote saying that. And he's gotten bigger this year, and it's just his ball skills have looked better in camp. I've been watching tape from everybody's camp since I am fantasy and love watching my rookies and trying to find my sleepers on who to buy cards early for before they actually blow up.
Our resident fantasy mage.
Here's what I am.
You got to watch people how they handle balls.
I mean, like, I told everybody, it was like, he's got a bunch of drops in camp. I was like, that's not going to mean anything. Once it gets to the game, lights are on, there's something special about him. And he showed
Yeah.
it.
No, I think we're gonna see an improvement in touchdowns, but a slight regression in total yards. I don't think he's gonna have as many 60, 70-yard burner touchdowns like he had last year. Because defenses now have another year to plan for that and to figure out how to take that away. I think T. Higgins is probably going to take a 5 to 6% target share away from him because of defensive game planning against him. So
T. Higgins has gotten
Yeah.
bigger this offseason, too. He doesn't look like a stick anymore.
yeah,
And Tyler Boyd is still there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Tyler Boyd.
Save's looking like a stick for Tyler Boyd.
yeah,
I think
Yeah.
T. Higgins was smaller than Boyd.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But from now on,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
from now
Yep.
on,
Yep.
save it for
Now the Bengals, man, they're a dangerous team. They just need I think if their head coach wasn't quite so much of a coward, I think they would be really good.
I think for the pure fact that he was going against like his Bill Belichick came from his coaching tree, I think that allowed Sean McVay to know a little more on the insight. Like it's so hard to beat the guy that taught you the game.
Yeah. Yep. That's
I think
true.
like if somehow the 49ers ended up
Jays can't beat me.
if somehow the 49ers
Except every
ended
year
up
I've ever
winning
played with you.
that game when like they had the chance to, I think
Yeah.
that the Bengals would have been our Super Bowl champs. I think they would have just destroyed the 49ers personally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
All right, Siglin, before we head out, state of the Colts.
Oh,
13-4 quarterback who's pissed off, chip on his shoulder, feels like he's got something to prove. We improved our defense by every single facet. All of our rookies have been looking good. Our two free safeties have retired, so that gives Nick Cross able just to plug right in and start, and he's absolutely been showing it. We all know how much I love Alec Pierce and what he's been doing in camp this year. I call him Cup 2.0.
yeah.
Bigger, faster, played in a better college division his career. And the one thing that I think that not a lot of people are taking into context, this man is lined up against Sauce for the last 3 years in practice. Like, he's had some competition he's been going up against.
Matt Ryan.
Alec Pierce. So with that being said, I don't see how the Colts lose the AFC South this year. There's no team that can really compete. We get to play the AFC West, so that's gonna be fun for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And see how that goes. Never
Dude,
really goes well.
That tournament's gonna be fun. That bag tournament.
Oh yeah.
The
Sunday,
matchups are
September
great,
25th.
dude. Chiefs and Colts that day. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I
Oh.
was trying to go to that game. He canceled.
Oh.
Now you
Yeah.
can throw some bags instead, bitch.
And
Yeah. Are you coming to that, Marcus?
I mean, Jonathan
We're
Taylor,
doing a cornhole tournament. We got an outdoor projector. We're gonna throw red zone up on there.
Cornhole.
Sunday,
Just-
25th.
Drink beers, throw some bags, watch some
Okay.
football.
Throw some
It's gonna be a good
bags.
time.
Bags.
Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the league, so it
Aaron
is what it is.
Aaron Beard says, "Tell Marcus to check his fucking trades."
I do check my trades. I just don't entertain trash. Okay, here, Marcus's rant. You guys ready for this? You
Yeah,
guys ready for
let's.
Marcus's
Yeah,
rant?
I want to hear it.
Okay,
We don't get
first
to hear it
off,
from.
the trade that he's waiting on right now is he wants Ryan Tannehill and he's offering Jacoby Myers. That's it.
What?
Yeah, he wants Ryan Tannehill for Jacoby Myers.
Straight up,
Straight up.
Beard, get it together.
Come on.
At least
And then-
at least I'm sending somewhat
Somewhat.
reasonable
But
trades.
then let me tell y'all right here, right now. I don't want a Jets and a Raiders in a first round in 2 years for Kyler Murray. I don't want a RB2 and a 34-year-old wide receiver with a second round and first round pick in 2024. Okay, Chachi, I don't want that. I
What do you want? Tell me what you want, baby.
a
Speak it as
running
it's
back one for Kyler Murray that's young. I need a JT. I need a Dalvin Cook. I need something like that. I don't need who we talking? 2 Jets players and a first rounder. You know? I don't need that. All right?
Baby, just tell me what you want. And I got what you need.
RB1 and more. So there you go. That's all we need for Kyler.
No, see,
But
at least we got a price tag. That's what
Yes,
it's about.
yes,
That's what we need.
yes.
I can't walk into a store and know how much to pull out of my bank account if there's no fucking price on the wall. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
need to.
that's fair. But have you ever been to a fine dining restaurant? They hand you the menu.
Is Cole trying to trade right now?
Yeah, okay. Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, Rondell Moore, and a 2025 first rounder for Kyler Murray.
From Zach.
From
Which will be 101 to 103.
something
Said
to
you want a
consider.
running back one, and you specifically said Dalvin Cook. Let's talk about it. motherfucker.
We'll talk about it. Anyways. Yeah, I will say trade value in this league is not as poignant as I expected.
Yeah.
Oh, I know there's some motherfuckers making stupid moves.
I'm looking at you, Tyler. I'm just kidding.
I've won every trade
But-
I've done, so.
But no, that wasn't for trade moves. That was for trade offers. Tyler's offers have been the
Oh,
worst.
Yeah, next with the Kyler Murray trade. Let's do what we want.
Oh, here's a fun one, real quick. Super Bowl predictions. Right here, right
Okay.
now. Season's about to start. I'd smell.
Don't you say the Vikings.
Start on there, right?
No, I somebody else. I have to think about this one.
I
Somebody
honestly
else
think
take
we get a
over.
rematch. But I think it
For the first
switches.
time?
You think the Bengals and Rams are going again? No,
Nah,
I don't
bruh.
think the Rams aren't going again.
How the Rams have gotten so much fucking better.
You want my honest Super Bowl prediction?
So much.
I think the
better.
Bucks are taking the NFC. I think they're going to the Super Bowl again this year.
Rang.
No, it's the Rams. The Rams are so fucking good this year.
Also rang.
They got back Troy Hill from the Browns, who was a top 5 corner under Sean McVay. You go get Bobby Wagner to replace fucking Von Miller now. And then you go get Allen Robinson, who's a bona fide number 1. He's not only going to take, and this is where I argue with people too, Cooper Kupp isn't going to have the same numbers he had last year because Allen Robinson's going to have 1,000 on his own.
I would love that, because I have him.
I was pissed when you drafted him. I was
So
mad.
who's your official? Sorry, I was thinking.
I still think it's gonna. I think
Bengals,
it's a
Rams
rematch.
again?
I think
Okay.
both of the teams are just. They've done nothing but gotten better. You know, like some teams when a team goes to a Super Bowl after they have a few key players that like leave, and like you don't think that it matters as much as it does until like you see it in the season. They haven't had any of those go. Like the biggest loss that the Bengals had is they've lost C.J. Uzama, but they built an entire line. It wasn't like he was an integral part of that offense. He was just there when no one else was,
Mm-hmm.
which is the same thing Hayden Hurst can do.
Okay, that's a good argument.
And they've gotten their defense better. Dax Hill has been showing out. They went and grabbed who's the other cornerback that they grabbed? Your guy, Cambert Taylor. He's been balling too.
What's your bold prediction, Cole? You look like you're about to get saucy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pick it for the AFC.
The Raiders.
Last year, I didn't believe we were a legitimate Super Bowl contending team. This year, though, I think Patrick Graham, the young pieces we have in our defense, fit what he tries to do on defense. I think Max Crosby is a great pass rusher, but also I think his skill set goes more towards menacing the quarterback and creating disruption and creating better opportunities for the defensive players around him. Players like Divine Diablo, Chandler Jones, Denzel Perryman, Nate Hobbs, Rocket Sin, Trevon Morey, Jonathan Abram, and Deron Harmon. I think 3 safeties could be in play for us in a lot of lineups this year, with Jonathan Abram kind of being more box linebackery as far as his skill set. And I think that fits better with our defense. Offensively, Derek Carr's a top 10 quarterback with that number being 10. I do believe he's not truly elite. He's not great. He's not going to take the Raiders to the Super Bowl on his own like Rodgers probably could with the Packers. But I think now that we actually have given him the best offense he's ever played with,
Okay.
I do believe that, yeah, we can make the Super Bowl. So I'm going to pick my boys there. And honestly, to go against him, I think Rodgers presses through.
Okay.
I know losing Devontae, technically they're a lesser team. But Rashawn Gary's a menace out there, bro. Like, Madden should not have put him ahead of Max Crosby, but they did have him right as far as putting him as an elite pass rusher, because he is. I think, getting Preston Smith back
I think
is,
Christian Watson's going to surprise a lot of people too.
and Romeo Dobbs and Watson and Lazard. You still have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Robert Timmons still back. Like, they lose Devontae, but Rodgers has done great with mid-receiving cores.
Yeah.
In his career before, and I don't know. Something just tells me that I'm just hoping for Rodgers. So I guess that's my hopeful prediction. Now, if I'm gonna give a non-Homer biased one, Chiefs Cowboys could be a deadly Super Bowl.
Okay.
Chiefs Cowboys.
The Cowboys have a fight to get. I mean,
CD,
there's
I
a-
think gets
I
it.
think
I think CD's untapped. I think Amari leaving only makes it better for CD.
I think where you're screwed there though is I hate to say it, the NFC East is the Eagles to lose.
No, that's fair. I was going to bring up that I think Phillies is a sleepy pick
Mhm.
Dak's better
to
than
go
Jake.
far.
I think the Eagles could take both games. They could sweep the season series.
That one
and
that
then they
someone
could meet in the playoffs, and Dallas could win.
that one that
Honestly.
someone put in the chat yesterday made a lot of sense.
yeah.
What's that?
Dak is the other
Kirk
Kirk Cousins.
But you know, if we would have been talking this time last year and somebody predicted the Bengals to go, they would have been like, "Oh,
They would have got
that's
laughed
bold."
out of the room.
Okay, you know, and so, yeah, that's
Hey, I do want to recall last year in our first NFL pregame show, and I told everyone to take Joe Burrow for comeback of the year, and y'all laughed in my face and said it was Dak's to lose.
nobody laughed at your. in
Go
your face.
rewind it. Lane literally looks at me.
Lane laughs. Yeah, you said you
He
all.
looks at me.
Y'all
"You're
is short-
Dak Prescott. I go. He's not. He's not that.
Yeah. So when you say y'all, that is actually short for you all, which all encompasses everybody in the room. So we did not laugh in your face, just Lane. did.
Is that-
Yeah, I wasn't even
I was
here.
gonna say it's actually the guy who's not here right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
and
funny.
Sir Carr. Sir Carr was
So,
on the.
I could try my best for you.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
Really?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
All
Oh,
right.
shit.
So I'm
Our chief impersonation.
I'm still gonna go with the Bucks. I'm a little hesitant because of the coaching change. I'm not nearly as confident in. I'm not confident in Todd Bowles' head coaching ability, but I think that when your team's led by Tom Brady, it doesn't matter who the head coach is. Put your trade away. We're talking.
Men are talking. Put the trade away.
Keep it in mind.
I'll keep it in mind, he says. So I still think the Bucks are going to go. They added Julio. I think they're building a let's ride into the sunset season for Tom Brady. And my pick in the AFC this year is the Chargers. They
Okay.
improved their offensive line. It's Herbert's third year. They significantly upgraded their defense. They fixed every hole that plagued them last year. Herbert's just going to get better. They still have Eckler. They re-signed Mike Williams. Keenan Allen's a beast. They are all the pieces are in place. And I think that they fixed everything that was wrong last year. And I think that because of that, they're gonna ride the ship. So I'm going Chargers Bucks for.
Chargers Bucks. That'd be
Yep.
a fun one.
Yep. What?
No.
Oh, do you think I was gonna pick the Broncos?
No.
Okay.
No, the Chargers is just disrespectful.
Oh.
The
They
Char-
weren't even the team who improved the most in the West. Ideally, that's you guys.
I-
By getting a
Yo,
quarterback,
I-
you guys
yeah.
jumped.
We definitely
Here's the thing
improved
about the
the most.
AFC West, though.
Yeah.
But also, like,
Raiders potential ceiling very high. Chargers potential ceiling stupid high. Broncos potential ceiling stupid high. Chiefs potential ceiling stupid high.
I'm gonna.
like-
You heard it
we were
here
a
first.
playoff team last year, and we fixed all of our holes.
I wish that
All
Lane
the
was here
holes.
for this because I'm gonna say it right now. The Chiefs finished third in the division next year.
Jeez. But you also
Dude, I think
they
the whole.
might-
I think literally the whole toss up.
Mm-hmm.
The
I think all four
whole.
teams make the playoffs.
I do too.
Yeah.
I just don't think that. I think the Chiefs are. I think two
Like-
of the teams finish ahead of the Chiefs. It could be the Broncos, Chargers, or Raiders. I don't know who it's gonna be, but I don't. I think on. I love Mahomes. I love Andy Reid, but on paper, the Chiefs have. On paper, they have the worst roster in that division now.
You said it better than John Madden, but yeah, what you know, I mean, there's 4 teams in the division. If all 4 make the playoffs, there's 2 teams that finish better than the Chiefs. It could be the Chargers, could be the Raiders, could be the Broncos. I don't know, it could be any one of the 3.
Boom, tough action tonight.
Boom, tough action today.
I think it's going to be a tough division. I just having a hard time predicting how it's going to shake out.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, you know.
Oh, that's great. Well,
I think
what do you think?
What do I think? Okay, first the joke. It's probably Bills Vikings. and then
Get the fuck out of
Oh,
here.
I was
and
sleeping
Two
on the
teams that
Bills.
can't
And
win
then
the Super
I
no
Bowl.
was
one
sleeping on
wins.
the Bills.
Bane walks out in the middle of it. You thought you were gonna have a winner. You thought you'd win a Super Bowl.
Not today.
They just both go down as the first Super Bowl in history to tie.
Yeah, it goes into
Yeah.
like
Four
eight overtimes, and they're just like, you know what?
We'll give you each
Fuck
half of the
it.
trophy.
Just cut Lombardi in half.
Who wins in a fight though? Your stereotypical Vikings fan or your stereotypical Bills fan?
Who the fuck is a stereotypical Bills fan?
Uh,
I have no basis.
I mean, probably a Bills fan. They live in New York. I mean, for fuck's sake.
But-
Jump through
but
tables?
but your average Vikings fan is like 6'2".
That's true. That's true. Norwegian giant motherfuckers.
Let's see, my,
But-
Minnesota.
when I
but-
think Vikings fan, I think of Marcus, who's 6'2", and then Job, who's 6'4". So
There we go.
They're just all tall.
Yeah.
So what happened to Zach Renville?
But I
He
have
doesn't live
to,
here no more. It doesn't count.
you know, I'd have to edge a Packers fan over a Vikings fan just because average weight is heavier.
Oh yeah.
You got beard on the squad.
Jeez.
You got beard on the squad. There ain't
Hey,
much you can do to compete with
Mongolia took over the world because of cheese. All right, show cheese the respect it
Yeah,
deserves.
So- Mongolian
do
grill
you really
took
have the
over
Vikings
beard.
going to the Super Bowl though?
No,
Oh, okay.
I give it to Bills for sure, and then my second pick would probably be the Buccaneers at this
Okay.
point.
See, I might almost.
it
switch
took a
to
minute.
Bills,
I'm
Bucks.
like, wait.
I don't know why when I was going through the AFC in my head, the Bills didn't even pop into my mind. But yeah,
is that 13 seconds?
I just think,
you messed up there.
yep.
yeah, I just really think the Bills need to tighten up their defense
Mm-hmm.
in clutch moments, which clearly they can't at the moment because
Yeah.
they'll be like, they'll be amazing, trash game. Not like kind of bad, like a Patriots kind of bad game where they kind of give up yards and lose the game by a bit.
No.
Like just trash. We lost to the Jags by a lot type of game.
Yeah.
And you go, that's not good. And then, they get all the way up near the Super Bowl, and then they lose a huge game.
Yeah. I agree.
To the team who
But-
still gets the number one pick in week 8.
What's the best? One of the better quotes I heard is, if you score 35 points plus and you lose, that's not on you, that's on your defense.
Yeah.
Every time.
But
So,
damn it, that defense falling apart gave us the best playoff game I've ever watched in my life.
that's true.
That
That's true.
Don't tell me
that
nothing
Chiefs
can
Bills
happen
game
in
was
13 seconds.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That was the best ending to a football game I've ever seen.
One of the
I was pissed, don't get me wrong, but it was the best ending.
It's funny too, because a lot of times when the announcers, there's 20 seconds left, there's
Yeah.
80 yards on the field, they'll kind of be like, oh, well, anything could happen. You never know. And that game was just like, there's 13 seconds left. Anything could happen. You never know.
Yeah.
Like, there was true, belief. Patrick Mahomes could fucking
Yep.
chuck it down there. So, Bills probably, Buccaneers probably, if not, Rams run it back.
Yeah.
Fuck it. You hop down there somewhere.
Yep.
Yep.
And don't sleep on the Cardinals either. Cardinals they
Dude,
went
that-
7-0
That
to start the
Christian
season last year.
Wesley or whatever his name is.
They can fix their second half woes.
He is a target. The dude is 6'4".
One last question here. This not Super Bowl picks maybe, but who pulls the Bengals? Who is one non-playoff team who will surprise everybody and make the playoffs? this
Miami.
Yeah. I agree.
Welcome to
That's who my pick would be
Miami.
too.
They've gotten better at every facet of the ball and coach.
Though looking at Miami, you look at their
They
roster,
have a
like
tough
how do they?
division, too.
I think that a lot of analysts are probably going to pick them to make a wild card spot just because of Tyreek Hill and all the additions they've made, the head coaching change, all that stuff.
You want a shocker here? 7th seed in the AFC, and this is, I am shooting from the hip at 20%, but no one is thinking of them, and I think that they are quietly putting together some really solid pieces down there, really young pieces. The Texans.
The Texans, yep.
Lovie Smith has never gotten the respect he deserves. Super Bowl appearing coach.
Yeah.
Multi-time. Got fired after a
Respect.
playoff season.
Who's his kryptonite?
Playoff
Respect.
season. His kryptonite was Jay fucking Cutler. They have Jalen Petre down there, who was
His
one of my
quarterback
favorite
was
safety.
Rex
Hey, let me
Grossman
fucking-
when he was in the
exactly.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's got Davis Mills now. Long neck McGee over here is gonna fucking throw some neck down.
My surprise team is the Lions.
Okay.
I love Dan Campbell.
Never.
Hard
I'm
Knocks
in
premieres, what,
once
tomorrow night or
Deion,
It's the Lions,
It's
man.
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
DeAndre Swift, Jared Goff. He's a serviceable quarterback. He's
Super
like
Bowl appearing quarterback.
Jared Goff. You put the right pieces around him, he can bring you to a Super Bowl. But DeAndre Swift is unbelievable. Well, I know, but I know Gurley contributed to that, which is why I'm bringing up DeAndre Swift, because I think he is a top 5 running back. He's a
Just
phenomenal
needs to stay
player.
healthy.
Amon-Ra St. Brown flashed. We saw all the talent and potential there.
if they
And
get through the start of
Jamison
the
Williams, if he can be back by week 6, 7, that's not even halfway through the season. I think I just honestly I believe in the coaching. I believe in Dan Campbell. I believe the players want to just go out there and leave it all on the field. And I think
Quote
that
of the week
yeah.
is we will tread water until we fucking bury it.
I know I loved that. That was great. I
I'm
cannot
just-
wait for Hard Knocks this year. It's gonna be awesome.
Dan Campbell Hard Knocks. Thank God is on HBO and thank God
Mhm.
it's uncensored.
Yep. Oh, and TJ
Yeah, knock on
Hawkinson.
wood if you're with me.
TJ Hawkinson he's a great tight end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think they have the pieces to make the playoffs. They're not going to the Super Bowl, but I can see them sneaking into the seventh seed.
True.
Yep.
My pick is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Jesus.
But I
They
don't
made the
know if
playoffs last year.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
so
we're
that
we're
doesn't
picking
count.
like super
Okay,
like
so-
teams you would not expect to make the playoffs. and
That's
the
fair.
Eagles,
I guess
think-
The
just
Chargers.
I feel like even
The Saints.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like
How do we feel about the Jags though? Like honestly, they had a
How
lot
we
of
felt about
starters.
cutting Marcus off 4 times when he's trying. Not all
Sorry.
all 3 of us did. He talked and then Tanner talked, then he
Huh?
talked, then I talked, then he talked, then you talked. It was like
Sorry.
What? What?
Huh? So every year, people take their opinion of the Philadelphia Eagles, of wherever they landed, right, and bump it down about 10 to 15 spots. And I just maybe that is right. Maybe making the playoffs does not make them sleepers anymore. But I don't think many people are like, oh, the Eagles win their division. I think many
Yeah.
people give it to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Or,
Oh, they're gonna win it.
Yeah. See.
I think
Maybe
so.
that's more of a group thing here, where it's like, yeah, we all like Philly.
the
Hey,
Giant. oh,
they're
sorry.
a fellow Green Boy.
Oh, sure.
I like my Green Boys.
Okay.
So the Phillies, your team, you're picking then?
No, I feel
Well,
so
they-
conscious about it as a
No.
sleeper.
It's all right. How about okay? We'll go.
Go
Cole.
ahead.
Cole wanted to talk about the Jags.
Yeah. How do you feel
No, I
about
was
the
actually
Jags?
gonna how you guys feel because like Hall of Fame game, Trayvon Walker looked good. I think you see the basis for why he jumped Aiden Hutchinson because I think in a modern defense, having a guy who is at 255, athletic and strong enough to play 3 technique, but then also play outside linebacker and rush the ball from the edge, I can see them moving him around and how he played, why he was drafted first overall.
Yeah.
And I think, God, you're going from just such a dog shit situation to where like you saw the Jaguars have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, all jokes aside to say, dude, they beat the fucking Colts, who were a playoff team.
Yeah.
In week 18, like so, maybe
Colts shit the bed the last 3 weeks of the season.
yes, but I'm gonna take this and flip it on less of a talk shit on the Colts part. Let's talk about what the Jags were doing right. They have Josh Allen to go along with Trayvon Walker. Wasn't a fan of Miles Jack leaving, but then you pick up Chad Muma, Devin Lloyd in the draft. You pick up Foyesade Olawakin from the Falcons. Their defense all of a sudden doesn't look horrible.
And their head coach.
Yep, Doug Peterson's a Super Bowl winning head coach, and
Who was
they
his
have Tyson
quarterback
Campbell,
when he won the Super Bowl?
Nick Big Dick Foles.
Yep.
Who does not share similar traits with one Sunshine Trevor Lawrence, as far as being
Not true.
tall, white, and skinny.
Not true.
No, but in all seriousness, if there is one team I think who could actually finish second in the AFC South to the Colts, because the Titans could actually be poised for a huge drop off if all things go wrong for them. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this AFC South right now. I think they're looking at the Colts and Titans and not looking at all the young work that the Texans and Jags are doing. And if they're not playoff teams this year, 2023 could look different because they have a lot of foundational pieces who are young, especially the Texans
Yep.
too.
Yep.
The Texans are starting to build an impressive team. Damon Pierce has already solidified pretty much running back 1 down there. They got Brandon Cooks. I mean, we talk about it all the time, but Nico Collins isn't bad next to him. there's a lot of teams who were
There's a lot of
slept
them.
on right now.
Another-
going into this year, and this is going to be probably
Yeah.
the best NFL season we've seen.
Yeah, I agree. To throw another sleeper team out there too, the Giants.
Really?
With Duvall,
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
Yep, they've got a lot of good offensive pieces. I don't know about their defense. I'm still not.
Well, they went tackle the past 2 years in the
Yeah.
first round, and Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal. So I mean, they're solidified on right and left.
Yep,
tackle.
and they got Thibodeau.
Yep. Now, Sigmund, who's your sleepies?
Himself.
Oh yeah, he's showing the Evan Neal. Oh, Danny. Well, that's
Absolute dot from Danny Dimes is what the quote says.
Oh, is that who you're picking for your sleeper team? Was it
No,
Giants?
I was
Oh.
making fun of you because there's
Oh.
no fucking way in hell.
Oh, put this one here when the Giants
Alright.
make the playoffs.
Okay.
I'll put 50 on it.
No way, a whole $50
I'll put 100 on it.
Do it, Jess.
of the Giants making the playoffs.
Yeah. Slap bet.
Right here.
Oh, that's
Right
not worth
now.
a slap bet.
Right
That's
here.
Yeah,
not worth a slap
no,
bet.
that's a
now.
money bet.
Right here. Right now.
All right, Sigmund, slap bet. Raiders finished with a better record than the Colts.
That's a hot take.
That's a very hot take. We have a way easier schedule. You have to play your Division 3 twice each. I only have to play them once.
And I need you to get back in the gym the next 4 months, so slap bet. Let's go.
You need me to get back. I haven't left. I mean,
Cricket.
shit. Let me
No,
think
I'm
about
just-
that one.
I'm going through
that's-
the NFC and I'm going through the top 7 teams.
Honestly, one of my
Slide in
sleepers, and I feel the same way about you, is I just don't know about the defense. I think the Falcons could make a run. It's just
No.
the defense is all I'm worried
You
about. Their
think-
offense is scary.
How
think
is it?
the
I mean,
Fal-
Marcus Mariota isn't scary. Cordell Patterson is a gadget, like
But
kind of
Tyler
a
Algier
gimmick
being
player
a
who's
second
really
back,
good, but is a
Tyler Algier
gimmick.
being a second back out of them, he was an absolute stud
Yeah.
in college.
Okay. So unproven rookie, and then,
And then you have Kyle Pitts, Drake London, another receiver that I absolutely love. His name is Brian Edwards,
Mm-hmm. Where'd he come from?
South Carolina, traded from the Raiders.
I know. I was joking.
It's part of the Mariota deal, wasn't it?
No.
I'm just gonna interject here. The Saints as a sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
sure.
They
Absolutely.
definitely missed last year. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not as dumb as Mike.
Keep this dub.
Fuck Jameis Winston. Just want to get that real quick.
Oh, Jameis is crap.
Oh, Crab Legs himself. Yeah.
Fuck Jameis.
Not saying he did it, but the police department buried it. His rape allegation.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
buried it.
You know,
Not saying
I
he
did.
did it, but they buried it.
Roethlisberger
I brought this up the
actually
other day.
raped
I didn't know
somebody and
Joe
got 6
Mixon
games.
punched a woman in the face.
Get
Oh,
rowdy
yeah.
as Roethlisberger in
I
the
didn't know
bathroom
that.
stall.
And it's not even like one of those ones where it's like, well, it was settled out of court. It's like, no, he's just charged with it.
Oh yeah. This is like right. Joe Mixon was like in college, but it was right before. Yeah. Everybody just kind of brushed that one under.
Yeah.
Ray Rice is really what kind of made that blow up because there's a lot of players who have a history of allegations, and I think Deshaun Watson, you're gonna start seeing the sexual assault ones start to get more serious, which they should.
Yep.
Because I think players have just gotten away with their profile for far too long. Also, final. Well, I keep saying final. What's an actual appropriate punishment for Deshaun Watson? I know Tanner said flogging.
Flogging by a woman named Molly. Preferably a masseuse.
You know what, Sigmund? I'll take that bet. Looking over the NFC, I'll take that bet. $100.
Giants sneak into the playoffs.
Okay.
You heard it here first, folks.
Write it down.
Put it on the board.
I like Dable. I think he's a great head coach, and-
this. Jace just took $100 bet with Siglin over the Giants making the playoffs
And I hate the fucking Giants. That's a bet.
for Daniel Jones.
Kevin
I would
Thibodeau,
love it if they did.
I will
Daniel
give you
Jones
this.
did.
Kevin Thibodeau could win Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. He is absolutely having his way with Evan Neal in training camp all weekend.
Yep.
What'd you say again, Cole? Oh yeah,
Because here's the thing.
Jace. Appropriate punishments for Deshaun Watson.
How do you feel
I
about
like
last
that.
year being time served?
I like that Greek comedian.
I don't
idea.
like it
Someone
for
has
being
to
time served.
ejaculate in his Nikes every single game. He has to
Oh,
stop
Stop
their face.
Rosalkis. Yeah.
He's got to have a
he's-
bigger, richer man beat off on his thigh.
Tom
and every
Brady.
time he
Tom
does
Brady.
That, he can play a game.
Tom Brady can do it. He kissed his son on the mouth. He can do it.
I was thinking like John Cena would
No.
be really emasculating.
Fuck John Cena.
Tom
no.
Brady kicked Ted out of his house for trying to get his semen, so Tom Brady protects that shit, okay?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Too.
What?
Never watched
Oh, the movie. Okay. Whatever. I was hoping for some amazing story about like
Fucking spiral, Teddy.
I think I would just want to fight with Signal on this one. We've been fighting about this for a while.
No
I
game
pers-
suspension, but he has to play left-handed all year.
I feel the dead hand technique. He has to sit on it before he goes out.
Stranger danger.
Yep. What the fuck was I gonna say? Last year does not count. I want to say that, as in, he got
I agree.
it. He got what he was gonna get.
disagree.
Even while not being there, he still got the contract parts he was gonna get.
Yeah.
And
Not bad
then
for a third string
he-
safety in training camp.
He didn't want to be there before
He
the
wasn't gonna-
allegations
yeah, he
came
wasn't
out.
gonna play
He was
regardless of
holding
the
out and
allegations.
asking for a trade before any of that happened.
Mhm.
He wanted to leave. Even if it is a conspiracy from the Texans, that literally doesn't matter.
Why is it the second that he
What does that have
puts
to
in
do
a
with
trade
his
request?
suspension time?
Why
What does
is
that have to
but
do
why
with
is
suspension
but
time?
why is it the second that he wants a trade request, then it gets leaked? The attorney is the owner's neighbor and it gets overlooked.
What is
Like
that?
there is so much fishy conspiracy shit in this. The fact that the Texans have been giving him NDAs to have all these chicks sign, like
They were covering it up,
everyone-
the trade
everyone
allegations
should
were out. He
be
was like,
everyone should be implicated. But I do feel that last year, if whatever hadn't come out, that if they would have let it go or whatever, something might have happened by week 4. Deshaun Watson might have wanted to play. Because he's a competitor. You get there. It was even just like when Le'Veon Bell was holding out. It got to the point to where he was tired of watching and he just wanted to go out there now.
Yeah, but he did.
Yeah, he did.
Le'Veon Bell?
Right after the bye week, he went and played.
Le'Veon Bell, year 2017, didn't play
He
a
didn't
single
play it
game.
at all.
I thought he-
Nope.
No,
and
stayed
then
down
went
in
to the
Florida.
Jets, yeah.
And he went to the Jets the
Yep.
next year and sucked booty cheeks. Yep.
I made a video about it. You can check it out, guys.
Yep. It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
The fall
Oh.
off of Le'Veon.
Oh yeah.
How the Steelers can every running back they draft just turns in. It's like Mike Tomlin's system is perfect for running backs or something.
Yep.
Yep.
But and then the joking one is I think Deshaun Watson should have to what would be good? What would be good? I think Deshaun Watson should have to eat a combo of like peanut butter and blue cheese for every meal if he wants to continue in the NFL. Like every meal he eats is
he has to go with
torture.
Michael Scott.
Like it has to be disgusting and chunky and gross tasting and stuff like that. I think that would be the way to.
With
really...
an extra shot of semen in every one.
Yep.
No, it's the Michael Scott diet. He's not allowed any water, and he can only rehydrate and replenish himself with fettuccine Alfredo.
It's just-
So
Nothing but cheese and carbs during games.
yeah, mine's not as clever or creative as you guys. My joking punishment for him is just that he always has to have a massage by a gay male. That like moving forward.
and he's just hung as fucking naked,
Yep.
massaging him the whole time.
Now you
Yeah,
get to feel
gets
uncomfortable.
slapping his thigh.
I think I figured it out.
Yeah.
Chastity belt.
Yes. Yep.
Dick Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Nick's brother?
Yeah. And
Shut the fuck up.
Christian Cage?
so it's a chastity belt that has 20 or 33 locks on it, and each of the women get a lock, and he can't take it off until every one of them has forgiven him and given the lock back.
I think-
It's a football punishment. There's 31.
Folks, that
So he has to
reminds-
beat every team in the NFL to unlock it.
Then has to get traded to go beat the Browns.
That sounds like
Yeah, that stuff. The final keys to the Browns.
Jace, that sounds like a story from the Old Testament.
Yeah, right. It does, doesn't it? No,
God
real
gave-
Also, do you know Matt
Real,
Ryan played against the Jags in his career?
real punishment though. I think he should get suspended for the entire season. I think he should be
Exact reason.
he should be forbidden from getting private massages only through the team, and any violation of this can result in a indefinite suspension again. And I think that during a suspension, he needs to be forced mandatory sex therapy, whatever he
Rehab
needs
of
to go
some
to,
sort.
some sort of rehab. Yep.
What is
So-
it about men getting money and power that makes them turn into sex addicts. It's like the fucking South Park episode. So you think about that.
Yeah.
No, the problem is not that we're sex addicts. The problem is we got caught. I think it was really telling in the ruling from the judge, though, because she said that obviously the precedent had been set in the NFL with non-violent sexual offenders in 6 games. But the problem, I think, with that is then she goes into an explanation about how Deshaun should not have any like unlicensed massages. Pretty much like he's a menace to society, and saying like and I don't know, maybe this is too much serial killer documentaries now crossing over with sports fandom, but like I feel like this is the type of behavior that escalates. Like, you know, the disrespect in one fashion leads.
Sex crimes always escalate.
Oh, they literally.
Exactly. So
if-
like, for me, I think a message needs to be sent, and I think you need to stop looking off of the Ben Roethlisberger standard of 6 games, and you need to actually enforce a real punishment. So yeah,
But at
4
that point, they
years,
need to change
a
the
full year.
whole rule book. Like,
Yeah, and
And,
set
like,
this, and this is the standard that you
Set a new precedent.
But, like,
this is the worth standard I'm setting. This is the person who I'm sorry, but this is heinous. Like,
but again, I
coming
know.
from someone who's raising has like a fucking small girl in the home to think of if she were to go do this and Deshaun Watson fucking does that, I'd want to beat the fucking shit out of him. So like, yeah, it's
Well-
a little emotional, but this is where you set the goddamn standard. This is where you set the example,
But
and you put your goddamn foot down.
the thing is like he has to get like you can't just change the rule book and then set the suspension right after changing.
So when do you change
He-
the rule?
It would have to be after that this suspension is set. Because what the NFLPA is going to do is if it gets more than they've said they won't appeal it if it's 6 to 8 games. If it's more than 6 or 8 games, they're going to appeal it. And they have plenty of stuff ready to go that is going to go in their favor. They're going to bring up Dan Schneider, they're going to bring up Robert Kraft, they're going to bring up all sorts of the other owner allegations. And they're like, why aren't our owners being held to a higher standard
Agreed.
that we are? So in the case, I think no matter what, it's only going to end up being 6 or 8 games. But after this, when they have their next owners meeting next year, I believe the suspension will be bumped up to 12 games or a year suspension. And they have to do that in the league meetings, and the league meetings are already over for this year. So you can't just go change a suspension ruling without all 32 of the owners being in agreement on that. And right now, when you have 2 owners suspended, you can't just have an emergency meeting to go have that happen.
Here's my counter argument, though. So you're telling me that the NFL is like a cesspool of sexual harassment, especially at the
It's
owners
always
level?
fucking been.
Oh, so we can't trust the owners to make decisions on things based on that when they themselves are guilty of the sin, right? Like,
Again, that's why
yeah,
they tried to bring in a judge who then threw their ruling in their face.
Exactly, who said, no, Roger Goodell, you want to act like, the king of the castle, even though you're just a tiny little prince, right?
King of the castle.
Here's the ruling back to you. Hey, I just read the book. You said nonviolent criminals only get 6 games. You know, if he was violent, maybe I would have given more, but you're the ones who said it, so here you go. And then kind of winking at him like, doesn't this look bad on you guys? You know, like,
That's
you're the
exactly
idiot who
what it
lined
was.
it up. Yeah, you're the ones who did this, wink. And then NFL now need to take that. And yeah, they could wait for the next technicality and eat sin for this whole year and get in a shitload of trouble and probably take hits to their views a little bit. Or just suspend them a bunch right now and get it over with and pull the Band-Aid off, not
But
wait for technicality
that's the
for a bunch
point,
of guys
is-
who literally already do sexual assaults to ban sexual assault.
Well, that's the point. Either way is, so you have a precedent that's set. You can't just go change it, and that's what the NFLPA will argue, is that this is the precedent that's been set. It needs to be changed in the rule book if this is what we are going to set. So then next year in the owners meeting, I guarantee that addressing suspension lengths and changing how the suspensions and everything will be provided will be a big part of next year's owner meetings.
I guarantee it as well. I just don't know what... Minus, like, the semantics.
I'm saying for the pure fact that they have to follow along with history. It's like it's literally like what she said.
Spumoni.
She went,
Okay.
"This is what Ben Roethlisberger got. This is what whoever else has gotten." But the people who have done the violent stuff, that's what their suspension is. So I am following the rule book that you have given me. These are what the guidelines that you have set. So you need to change those guidelines in order for this to change. But right now, these are the guidelines that you have, and if they were to go try and change that, the NFLPA is going to go argue Ben Roethlisberger's case, Robert Kraft, Dan Schneider.
I can
Hey,
see
yeah,
Siglin's point. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I 100% hear you.
I agree with you. It
one
should
sec,
be
let
more,
me-
but it's
let-
not
yo, yo,
going to
yo,
happen.
Stop interrupting. Sorry, let me please finish one of these thoughts.
Fight him.
Siglin, I guess my last point is, why shouldn't the NFL try to do this before the owners' meeting? And in conjunction, why do you feel personally so stringently wanting to defend the NFLPA's attempt to?
I'm not necessarily defending it. I'm just saying what's
Gotcha.
going to go along.
So
Either way, so
why
even
should
if
the
they want to
NFL
drag it
try?
out, this could drag out all season long, and it's only going to be a 6-game suspension for this year because that was what was ruled, and then the suspension could happen next year when the next ruling is made. But the fact of the matter is, the ruling was made. They've appointed someone new to it. They all have their counterpoints and arguments, and there's nothing that we can do to change it. And I just think that with
Storm the Hall of Fame.
I just think that with everything that's going on,
Storm
nothing
Canton.
will be changed till next year. And with what this change
Second
is, it will
percent.
have to change. So if anything like this does happen again, there will be a lot harsher punishment, and it will probably be called the Deshaun rule or the Watson rule or whatever the fucking case may be. But right now, they don't have that rule in the rule book, and they have to follow the sets and the standards and what is signed to in their contracts. Because other than that, they can go countersue for unfairness, and then it's going to get dropped down like the Brady suspension did.
Yep, but again, I guess I ask the original question, which is, why shouldn't the NFL at least try?
Well, they are.
I know, yeah, no, but
They are trying.
He
They
was
are
a-
trying, but
well,
it's just
you were
not
saying-
gonna
And
happen.
he's
Sigmund, that
just
is-
countering it because
No,
they are
okay,
doing it,
fair,
and that the
fair.
Players Association is going to do that.
no.
I think that's Siglin's point.
I think that's a fair point. I also just don't think everyone wants to be the people. I know the NFLPA is the NFLPA, so they're going to do whatever they got to do as a union. But, like, I think there's a lot of ramifications in future years for how this situation is handled.
Exactly
And
as it
if
should
they-
have been.
And if the NFL, even if they know it's a loss, doesn't try their damnedest to get Deshaun suspended for more games this year, is going to look awful for
Well,
them.
they already did when they fired Sue Robinson and brought in the guy from New Jersey.
Yeah, and they're still doing it right now to this day.
Yes.
It's still going on.
Yeah, they're trying to save face.
Yeah.
I think we're beating a dead horse because final thing, free Calvin Ridley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
yeah. Free Calvin Ridley.
Free Calvin
Free Calvin
Ridley.
Ridley.
That was
Honest-
bullshit.
That's where we're ending that one.
That
We
was
continue this
bullshit.
argument off camera.
Yep.
Free Calvin Ridley.
Free Calvin Ridley.
Calvin.
Free Calvin.
Especially from other dynasty league.
To you.
To you.